The day I realized I had been lying to myself for 3 years straight. I was sitting in my car in the parking lot staring at my phone. I had just posted about the business I was building. 27 lights in the first 10 minutes come insane. You're going to make it better than this is your year. I put the phone down and I sat there in the silence. And the truth hit me like a first eye. I had been posting about that business for 3 years. I had told every person I knew about it. I had described it in detail. I had the vision board, I had the notebook, I had the poster, and in 3 years I had nothing. Not because I wasn't smart enough, not because the idea wasn't good enough, because every single time I talked about it, my brain thought I had already gone. Here is the science that explains what happened to you, and what is happening to you right now. Dr. Peter Gollwitzer at NYU spent 4 decades studying one question. Why do people who announce their "blessed the people you know this answer" changed everything with a little mission? When you tell someone you're gone, there is one excitement. Your brain places going not a little less. If you can hear the same world counting, the rain was supposed to release from the action, and received it before you did it. And once the brain has the world, the drive to early are the impossible to be 63-second tests. People who shared their ghosts. With the first second of the first, people who kept someone, 163 tests, same result, everything, you're not alone. You're not alone, you're not. A lone generation. Before your words could announce the old and maybe 23, your generation can announce it to 5,000 people in 30 seconds and receive dope in me, likes of comments, shares every single time. Some response social media did not invent. The double track and industrial house skip a few decades ago. Let the most addictive bring work out of this night. It's the greatest, so your brain runs the calculation and announcing. Feels like achieving posted, feels like building for me. The identity feels like becoming it, and slowly, without you even noticing, stop building the life and started curating the story of one. I want you to think about someone. Not a celebrity, not a billionaire. Someone you know personally. The quietest person in your circle. The one who never talks about what they are doing. The one who disappears for months and comes back changed. Now think about the loudest person. The one always talking about what they are going to do. The big plans, the big vision, the big announcements. Which one has actually built something? I already know your answer. And here is why neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman at UCLA proved that the social brain consumes 60 to 80% of the brain's default processing power. We are wired, physically wired, to prioritize social connection over individual achievement. When the social reward comes from the announcement, the primitive brain registers the mission as complete. The prefrontal cortex, the part that handles discipline, delayed gratification, long-term thinking, gets overridden by a comment by someone saying, "You've got this, you traded your future for 47 likes in a parking lot. I know because I did it for 3 years. Now I am going to tell you what I found on the other side of silence." The day after I sat in that parking lot, I deleted the posts, I stopped talking about the business. I told exactly 2 people, not cheerleaders. People who would ask me every week, "Did you do the work not? How do you feel about it not? I believe in you, did you do the work?" And something strange happened. The energy I had been spending it explaining the vision to everyone suddenly had nowhere to go except into the work itself. The urge to post became the urge to build. The urge to announce became the urge to execute. Because the tension was still there. The hunger was still there. But now it had no release valve. No dopamine escape, no validation exit. The only way the pressure could release was through the work. Research by Gollwitzer and Brandstater confirms this. People who formed private implementation plans, specific detail kept entirely to themselves, completed 91% of their goals. People who shared their plans 64%, 27 percentage points, not from more talent, not from better circumstances. From silence, Jeff Bezos built Amazon in a garage for 3 years. Before most people knew it existed, Kobe Bryant arrived at the gym at 4 in the morning. For 20 years, no posts, no announcements, no content about the grind. Just to work in the dark, in the silence. Long before anyone was watching, the results became the announcement. The life became the content, the achievement became, and it hit with a force that no announcement ever could. Because it was real, because it was finished. Because it was undeniable. Here's what I need you to do right now. Think about the one thing you've been announcing instead of building. You know exactly what it is. The goal everyone knows about. The dream you can describe better than your own address. Now calculate the hours every conversation about it. Every post, every time you explained it to someone who asked, what if every single one of those hours had been hours of work instead? Where would you be today? I am not asking to shame you. I am asking because that calculation is the most important math you will ever do. And the answer only goes one direction from here. Starting today, you say nothing. Not because you are secretive. Not because you are afraid. Because the work deserves every single unit of energy you have been spending on the announcement. When people ask what you were working on, you smile and say you will see. When you feel the urge to post, you open the work instead. When the hunger to be seen rises in your chest, you feed it to the goal, not to the feed. You find one person, maybe two, who will not celebrate you, but will check on you, who will not say, I believe in you, but will ask, did you do it? And you measure output? Not feeling, not effort, not intention, pages written, calls made, products shipped. Hours, logged numbers that cannot lie the way validation can. 1 year from now, 2 versions of you exist. The first version kept posting, kept announcing, kept performing. The identity of someone building something great. They have a bigger following, more engagement, more people who say they are proud of them. And nothing built. The second version was silent, disappeared, did the work. In every hour that the first version spent seeking permission to, they have fewer followers. Less validation, less noise around them, and everything built. The life they described for years actually exists now. Not as a vision board, not as a caption. As a reality, that second version is available to you. It has always been available to you. It cost one thing and one thing only, the willingness to stop performing a life and start living it. I sat in that parking lot for a long time. 47 likes on a post about a business that did not exist. I made a decision that day that I have never reversed. I stopped announcing, I started building. And the silence, which at first felt like loneliness, became the most productive force I have ever known. That silence is waiting for you. It is not comfortable, it is not glamorous. It does not get likes, but on the other side of it is the version of you that is no longer pretending. Close the screen, tell no one what you learned today. Go do the thing right now, in the silence without a single word to anyone. Let the work speak when it is done. It will speak louder than anything you could have said. Move in silence, strike with results. Comment silent if you are going to work now, not post, we are.